What's going on, you guys? My name is Russell, and you're watching The Bible Man. If you're new to this channel and like the content I make here, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on all notifications for any future updates here on my channel. And if you feel like supporting me in any way, shape, or form, you're welcome to go ahead and do so. Links are in the description box below, and there you can support me on Patreon. So, in today's video, the title is going to be called 3 Facts That Mean You Must Completely Cut Somebody Loose, or cut somebody off, however you want to put it. I love a good old script. Perhaps you are perhaps you are waiting for someone you really want to date, but for whatever reason, you two are not connecting. Perhaps you want to get back with your ex, or perhaps you are with someone right now, but you are unsure if this is the right relationship for you. While it can be hard to let someone like this go, sometimes God really is telling you to cut this person loose or to cut them loose in your heart so that you can move on in your life. So here are 3 facts that can be hard to accept, but which is unusual, which usually means God really is telling you to cut this person off or cut them loose so that you can move forward into God's will for your life. Point number 1. If the Lord has already gracefully given you the exact time to disprove what you know been saying, this means it's now time to completely cut this person loose. God is kind. He isn't compassionless towards us. He knows we are weak and we struggle to accept the answers he has given us. While we must never disobey him in kindness, God often helps us remove all doubts and obstacles in our life. All doubts about relationships he does not want for us. Notice in the parable of the landowner towards the vine dresser in Jesus' parable in Luke chapter 13, verses 6 and 9. A man had a fig tree planted in the vineyard, and he came seeking fruit on it, and found none. And he said to the vineyard or the vine dresser, "Look, for 3 years now I have been coming and seeking fruit on this fig tree, and I have found none. Cut it down. Why should I use up the ground?" And he answered him, "Sir, let it alone this year also, until I dig around it and put on measurements. Then it shall bear fruit next year." Well and good, but if not, you can cut it down. The landowner had seen enough. He knew this fig tree was not healthy, but the vine dresser was attached to the fig tree. He had cared for it for so long, he just wanted a little more time to see if it would grow or not. In his kindness, the landowner allowed the vine dresser this exact time. But if the year passed and the fig tree was still fruitless, the vine dresser would then be disobeying the landowner, and he didn't cut it down. In a similar way, in kindness, God may have granted you time to see if you and this person could bear godly fruit together. God already knows the future, but sometimes he allows us time with someone for us to see what he already knows. If God has given you extra time to wait for this person, if you already tried everything in your power to make this relationship work, it isn't, and there is nothing growing between you, no matter how much time and nutrients you give it, this is a hard fact to accept, but it is true. You need to cut this person loose in your heart completely and move on with your life. A lot of people don't want to hear that, especially women when it comes to their ex. It's true. If God has given you hint after hint after hint, message after message after message, sign after sign after sign that this person's not good for you, get rid of him, cut him off. Point number 2. If you open up to someone but they did not receive you, this means God is telling you to cut that person loose. Opening up to someone is an essential step if you hope to form a biblical bond with someone. If you never allow yourself to be vulnerable in allowing your feelings to be made known, usually nothing will happen between you and that person. And eventually, once you express mature interest for a relationship to even grow more, you have to share parts of your inner self with them that you don't share with anyone else, to let them know they are special to you. It's hard when your vulnerability is not met with equal openness from the person you're trying to connect with. Perhaps you express interest, but they shut you down. Perhaps they intentionally respond with mature interest, but then they remain grounded and distant, trying to avoid you. Even though you are opening up more and more to them, or maybe they do open up with you too, and your relationship gets serious, but then you have a disagreement and then they break up with you. And now you are struggling to move on, even though it appears they have moved on quite easily from you. And I think this part hurts the most. When you love somebody so much, trust me, I've been there, done that, and you have to move on with your life, and the person who you love so much moves on quickly. Like it never meant anything to them. And that's what hurt me the most. This is hard, but when you open up and were rejected, you gave it your best shot. Excuse me. This is hard, but when you open up and were rejected and you gave it your best shot, but now it's time to move on. Notice when Jesus sent out his disciples to share the gospel, he didn't tell them to beg the towns to receive them. Rather, he tells them to go there with openness. But if the town does not receive them, they are to move on and shake the dust from their feet. In Matthew chapter 10, verse 5 through 15. Likewise, don't beg, don't endlessly wish things that were difficult, and don't deny the facts God is showing you about this person. If you open up to this person but they did not receive you, this means God is now telling you to cut this person loose. You can move on in your life if you just do that. A lot of people make it more difficult than it needs to be. Point number 3, and last point. If you know this old hope is sucking emotional energy from you that you need for someone new, this means God is telling you to cut this person loose. Your heart only has so much emotional energy to give. Like an electric power source that shot out when you overload it. If you are drawing too much emotional energy from your heart, plugging in too many things in your soul and exceeding your emotional capacity, you will eventually have a breakdown. That happened to me, trust me guys, it's not worth it. We can't let old unfruitful relationships in our past drain our power from our hearts, stealing the energy we need in order to thrive with someone new. In John 15, 1 to 2, Jesus says, I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine dresser. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he takes away, and every branch that does bear fruit, he pures, so that it may bear more fruit. If the old relationship is not bearing good fruit in your life, cut it loose. And if you are forming new bonds with someone and you are beginning to see good fruits, pour into it. Step away from the excuses of your heart so that you can focus on the necessary energy, making this a fruitful relationship and a fruitful time in your life. My overall point is, don't keep living a miserable life. If you notice that the person you love isn't reciprocating, go. If you notice the person you love doesn't love you back the same way, go. If the person you love, you're opening up to them emotionally, being vulnerable with them, but you're over stressing about that person, wasting more emotional energy than you're supposed to, cut them loose. If you feel like your emotional needs aren't being met, I would stay a little bit longer, because sometimes it's not even about that. But if they're not trying whatsoever, because a relationship is 50-50, cut them loose. There's a difference between expecting emotional reciprocation and simply not doing anything in a relationship whatsoever except being a third wheel. If they're being a third wheel, cut them loose. Put it like this. If I have 3 apples, somebody gives me 3 apples. I don't need any bananas. I just needed 3 apples. And somebody throws a banana in there. What am I going to do with the banana if I don't need it? Or let's say I have 2 computers and somebody gives me a third one and I have nowhere to put it. Probably not the best example, but the point is, if the person isn't providing any value to your life, they're not talking about the Bible with you, they're not doing Bible studies with you, they're not praying with you, they're not trying to be your friend, they're not trying to be your partner, they're not texting you, they're not calling you, they're not allowing you to do the same to them, there's no reciprocation, there's no energy, nothing, and you still love them, the hard fact is you might as well cut them loose. It's a waste of time. That's about it for this video, guys. I know it's a short one, but I gotta go to work. My name is Russell, and you're watching The Bible Man. I hope you guys have a blessed day.